What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 233 of the Idiotic Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my bedroom. And today I'm giving you all the wild card round playoffs recap around the NFL. We'll start the Saturday games. The Texans beat the Chargers 32-12. CJ Stroud, 282 through the air, a passing touchdown and a pick. Nico Collins, 7 catches for 122 and a touchdown. Joe Mixon, 106 rushing yards, a touchdown, and a fumble. Justin Herbert of the Chargers, 242 passing, a touchdown, 4 interceptions. The rookie Ladd McConkey had 9 catches for $197 and a score. So the Texans get a blowout win. They'll take on the Chiefs in the next round. Their offense had 424 total yards with 163 on the ground. They overcame 3 early turnovers. The defense had 4 sacks, 4 interceptions, 1 which was ran back for a pick 6. They were able to stop the run, and they played great red zone defense. And they looked like a different team compared to the last few weeks that we saw. Speaking of looking like a different team, same could be said for the Chargers. I mean, they played like trash. 261 yards of offense, only 50 rushing yards, 4 interceptions by Justin Herbert, who had 3 all season long. Herbert has yet to win a playoff game. The defense has 3 sacks. They did get a pick and 2 fumbles, but they gave up 400 plus yards, and the 4 turnovers by the offense didn't set them up for success. And it was a rough way to end the season for the Chargers, but, they overachieved in my opinion. Nobody had this team winning as many games as they did, especially with the new head coach, new offense, a bunch of new players, not a lot of good receivers. So, props to the Chargers. I'm sure they'll be back. On to the next game. The Ravens beat the Steelers 28-14. Lamar Jackson, 175 passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 81 rushing yards. Derrick Henry, 182 on the ground and 2 TDs. Rashad Bateman and Justice Hill each had a touchdown catch. As for Russell Wilson, 270 passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks. George Pickens with a touchdown catch, and same with Van Jefferson. And the Ravens eliminate their division rival. Their offense had 464 total yards. They went crazy in the run game, 299 yards on the ground, as Henry was unstoppable. The defense had 4 sacks, and they also shut down the run. The Ravens will face the Bills next. And as for the Steelers, they crapped the bed yet again. I mean, 280 yards of offense. The run game, just 29 yards. They were outrushed by 270 yards. The defense had a sack, but no turnovers. They gave up 450 plus yards. They couldn't stop the run to save their lives. And their last playoff win came in 2017. They've gone one and done 6 different times since their last playoff win. They ended the season with 5 straight losses, and they had a 10-3 record, but they collapsed down the stretch. On to the Sunday games. We have the Bills beating the Broncos 31-7. Josh Allen, 272 passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks. James Cook, 120 rushing and a touchdown. Curtis Samuel and Ty Johnson each had a touchdown catch. As for the rookie Bo Nix, 144 passing, a touchdown, no picks. And the rookie Trey Franklin had himself a touchdown catch. So the Bills just embarrassed the Broncos. The offense was absolutely rolling. The ground game was cooking, no pun intended. They had 210 yards. Josh Allen had an eternity to throw the ball back there as the offensive line showed up. They were 8 of 15 on 3rd down, 2 of 2 on 4th down, and they had 41 minutes of time of possession while the Broncos had 18 minutes. 26 first downs versus Denver's 13 first downs. The defense had 2 sacks. They were excellent on 3rd down. They allowed less than 225 total yards. The Bills were absolutely flawless in this game, and now they have a date with the Ravens in the next round. As for the rookie Bo Nix, his postseason debut, he gets eliminated. They drew first blood right away to start the game with a big touchdown pass. They jumped up 7-0, but then they were outscored 31-0 after that. The offense struggled with just 224 yards, only 79 rushing yards. They were outrushed by 131 yards. They were 2 of 9 on 3rd down, 1 of 3 on 4th down. They missed a field goal before the half that would have tied the game at 10-10. The defense struggled as well. They gave up close to 500 yards. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't get any pressure on Josh Allen. And I was wrong about this pick. I thought the Broncos defense could have neutralized Josh Allen, but, with the offensive struggle, their defense was on the field a lot. But this is another team that overachieved, not expected to make the playoffs, especially with the rookie quarterback. I'm sure their future is going to be bright. The next game, the Eagles beat the Packers 22-10. Jalen Hurts, 131 passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Saquon Barkley, 119 on the ground. Dallas Goedert and Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch each. As for Jordan Love of the Packers, 212 passing, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Josh Jacobs, 81 on the ground and a touchdown. So the Eagles knock off the Packers. They had 290 yards of offense, 169 rushing yards, and no turnovers. The defense had 2 sacks, 3 picks, and allowed just 10 points. And I hate to see the Eagles advance, but, you know, they did what was right to win the game. They're going to face the Rams in the next round. And, you know, they didn't even have a good game offensively. 2 of 11 on third down, but they didn't make mistakes while the Packers did. They made plenty of mistakes. They fumbled the opening kickoff. The Eagles scored right away, and that pretty much set the tone for the game. They also had 8 penalties for 85 yards. They were super undisciplined, you know, shoving people once they were out of bounds, grabbing face masks, just jumping off sides. It was ugly for them. 3 interceptions by Jordan Love, and just a lot of injuries to key players. The offense had 302 total yards with 107 rushing yards, but Jordan Love was a no-show. The defense had 2 sacks, but they had no turnovers, and they could not stop the run to save their lives. And for the Packers season, it comes to an abrupt end. They couldn't beat the win against good teams allegations, as they were 3-6 versus teams with a above 500 record. The final game was the Monday game, we have one more game for Sunday. It was the Commanders beating the Bucs 23-20. The rookie Jaden Daniels, 268 passing, 2 scores, no interceptions. Terry McLaurin, 7 catches, 89 yards and a touchdown. De'Ami Brown, 5 catches, 89 yards and a touchdown. As for Baker Mayfield of the Bucs, 185 passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks and a fumble. Mike Evans, 7 catches for 92 yards and a score, and the rookie Bucky Irving with a receiving touchdown. So the Commanders kick a field goal in the final seconds of the game that secured the first playoff win since 2005. The offense, 350 total, 82 rushing yards, no turnovers. They were 8 of 15 on third down, 3 of 5 on fourth down. The defense had a sack, a fumble, and allowed less than 300 yards. And as a Cowboys fan, I hate seeing both the Commanders and Eagles win this past weekend. But, you know, especially credit to the Commanders, because they have such a poised quarterback in Jaden Daniels. It looks like he's been there before, but you couldn't even tell that he was a rookie. He just became the 4th rookie in NFL history to win a road playoff win. The Commanders won 5 and now make it 6 games in the final seconds of the 4th quarter. They'll have a date with the Lions in the next round. As for the Bucs, it was a tough loss to end their season. The offense, 284 total yards with 101 on the ground. The defense had a sack, but no takeaways. And the play that defined the game was early in the 4th quarter. The defense stops a 4th and goal. A couple plays later, Baker fumbles the ball. The Commanders turn that into a touchdown. And the Bucs were fun to watch this season. They really were. Baker completely revived his career as he was in the MVP conversation. And, you know, this was easily the best game of the wild card weekend. A lot of the games were pretty weak, in my opinion, and this is what kind of saved the weekend when we're talking about the games. The final game is the Monday game. Rams beat the Vikings 27-9. Matt Stafford, 209, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Kyron Williams and Davis Allen each had a touchdown catch. Sam Darnold, 245 passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and 1 fumble. TJ Hawkinson with a touchdown catch. So the Rams take care of business in a dominant performance. Their offense, 292 total, 90 rushing yards, no turnovers, nothing flashy. They just protected the ball better than the Vikings did. And the defense absolutely teed off against the Vikings. 9 sacks, an interception, a fumble 6, and just allowed 9 points. Sean McVay had his squad ready to play. Easily one of the best coaches in the league. How well he can adapt game in and game out. Stafford, since joining the Rams, has a playoff record of 5-1. They're an extremely dangerous team to face this postseason, in my opinion, and they'll play the Eagles next. As for the Vikings, devastating loss. Sam Darnold's playoff performance just went far south as possible. The offense, 264 total yards with 106 rushing. Sam Darnold, 2 turnovers, and in the second quarter alone, he had those 2 turnovers. The one that changed the game completely was the fumble 6. The offensive line just got bullied the entire game. The defense had 2 sacks, but no turnovers. The Vikings' 14-win season comes to an end with an early first-round exit. All 4 losses that they had this season, 2 to the Lions, 2 to the Rams, and Sam Darnold turned into a pumpkin in these last couple games. As he said it best, back in 2019 when he was on the Jets, he was seeing ghosts out there. He's expected to hit free agency this offseason. We'll see if his playoff performance hinders the way he gets paid from some team. I'm sure he will get a bag. He did have a great season after all. He put up MVP-type numbers, but we'll see what team scoops him up this offseason. And yeah, that's it for my wild card round recap. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to this YouTube channel. Follow me below on my Instagram. Take care and have a wonderful night.